What's up YouTube, CodiFire.tv bringing you a video today on how to create your own build. Getting kind of not frustrated, just tired of seeing the same Aeon build on every other one saying that this is the best build, and they all look the same. I mean, myself, Kodi is a hobby for me. I've been doing it since the original Xbox One. It's been a long time, so just wanted to help the community. Recently, I tried changing a few things in some of the skins, and they kept disappearing, and so on. So I'm just kind of to that point where I even asked for help for certain individuals, and just never got responses. Never got, um, just pretty much they weren't even helpful at all. In the past, people were very helpful. But my point is, I like to help people, and then people have questions. I like to answer them. That's why we have our Facebook group and a lot of different things. Kodi's about a community where we need to just get together and just help one another. And the common goal is to cut the cord. And if there isn't any enemy out there, it's the big cable companies and so on overcharging people, and then that's why we have Kodi as a solution. Enough about that, but wanted to get started here and show you how to create your own build. We are using Confluence right now, but I've installed the TV add-ons because that's a good way to start. Some people don't want TV add-ons, but me personally, I don't have anything against them, and I do like what they do. Obviously, they did pretty much start this in their own setup, so let's get right to it. First off, you would need to add a new skin. So if you go to settings, and you go to appearance, you're going to go skin, and by default that's the one they have here, and then you can choose from any other ones. Of course, the famous Aeonox, same same builds, whatnot, but they have pretty much a lot of different ones here. Rapier, retouch, refocus. Just kind of play with them and see what you think of them. Mimic's pretty good one to kind of start using. Unique is not bad. It all depends on your taste and what you want to do. But we have one Arctic Zephyr already installed with CodiFire Dose and the Arctic Zephyr Mod, and I like that one because it's lightweight and so on. So I think it's a good skin to learn how to use and how to build off of. So in order to install it, you're going to go to skin, then you're going to go to get more, and I already downloaded and I put this in the description below. Let me actually go back, I'm sorry. Appearance, skin. I wonder why it's not. Okay, since it is a zip file, let's do it this way. Add-ons, install from zip. It's on my desktop. Arctic Zephyr from Ashes. It'll come up here shortly. It'll pop up saying that the skin is installed. And once it is installed, then we'll just go back to the section and go ahead and go from there. I think it's adding all the add-ons that come with it. It's a pretty cool skin aside from the original Arctic Zephyr, and has a few more mods, and that's a good thing about the community. Of course, they have a lot of different mods. I don't think it's there yet. That's a pretty big file, but we'll just take a moment here to let it load. But I mean, there are tons of different skins. Like I said, it's just pretty much on preference. Me personally, I'm just kind of over the whole Aeonox, and everyone's just recoloring this, recoloring that. I mean, you can get really, really into a lot of detail as far as the look of it. It's just spending the time and learning where to make the edits, where to make the changes in the code, and depending, how you like it. Me myself personally, I'm a designer, I'm a web developer, so as a creative myself, I like to see things a certain way: simple, clean look, modern. Not everything's all cluttered and just overwhelming when you're on the screen. You have tons of different widgets going on, and that's a lot of the issues with a lot of the builds. They're so heavy in the back end that when you try to load them on a Fire Stick, they just can't handle it. Even if you take off the acceleration from Kodi itself and the Fire TV Stick, it still kind of runs kind of slow. It's laggy. You know, a lot of different variables, but that's just something to keep in mind. Let's try one more time. Let's see here. Go to my desktop. I think it's because of the file size. If not, there's another different method which I'll describe, and we can kind of go from there. You just unzip it, drop it in the add-ons, and that'll be in there. We just want to make sure when installing from the zip that everything's functional as far as the stuff that you need. And of course, I'm on a Mac, so things are a little different if you're not familiar with Mac, but not too different aside from a PC. But let's go ahead and go that route then. So we'll minimize Kodi. My desktop's a little bit messy. So here is the zip. You're going to go ahead and unzip it. And then once it's unzipped, on a Mac, you can go to hold down the Alt option button. You're going to go to Go, your library. And this is the path where Kodi is, application support, Kodi, and you're going to go to your add-ons. Then you want to go ahead and drop this. Let me just make sure I don't affect anywhere else. Well, showing that's already in there actually. Okay, well, you would just drop it in there, then it would pop up in there. But going back to here, finally loaded. So do you want to load the skin or switch to the skin? And you hit yes. Then by default now that should be the skin. Let's try one more time. I'm not sure why I did that. Okay, select that skin. Keep this change. And just want to make sure that everything populated. Just want to check the things here. Scan settings. Just want to make sure the menu is accessible. Okay, everything is accessible. Sometimes it's kind of buggy. You cannot access the menu and change items, but this is the skin that we use on Kodi FireDOS. And like I said, my goal is to make it smaller, simple, not so heavy as far as where you can't run out of anything. There are a few mods out there, but this is one that I do like. And we're going to keep the color scheme orange and kind of gray blackish. Kind of reminds me of the Giants, San Francisco Giants. Go Giants. I know they're struggling, but we'll see what happens anyways. TV add-ons Fusion is installed, so now what you want to do is just kind of go from here and see how that goes as far as to your setup. But let's go back to the add-ons folder, and then once you go here, actually get rid of all this. It's kind of move it aside for now. Okay, so you want to go to your add-ons folder, and then you want to find, actually, where is it? The user data, and you want to drop your backgrounds. In this case, I already did this, and for every category that I'm gonna have, add-on, docs, etc., you'll see here in a minute, and that's where I have my pictures. Make sure they're 1920 by 1080. Reduce them as much as you can, where they're not like huge, large sizes, megabytes, like in where it'll slow everything down. So let's get back to Kodi. Make this full screen, and let's start setting the categories up. So you're gonna go to settings. You are going to go to skin settings here in this one. You're going to go to customize your home menu, and then kind of like this, but I like to start with movies. So let's go ahead and we'll set the background. Well, we'll do movies, TV shows. I like to do music's fine. Live TV, pictures. I like to get rid of pictures. We're going to make that auto completion. Sure. Okay, well, I want to make that sports. So we're going to go ahead and do sports. So that is now the sports section. Program settings, power, videos could probably be, we're going to do a kids section too. So we'll click on it, and we'll just name it cartoons. So we have cartoons, movies, TV shows, music, live TV, sports, programs, settings. What else do I have? I like to do, we'll do a documentary section. I'm going to go ahead and change that label. I want to put documentary. I'm just trying to see here if I need anything else that I normally have. So kids, well, cartoons, movies, TV shows, music, live TV, sports. I'm trying to think of anything else. That pretty much covers a lot of the genres. So how I like to organize them, move this down. I always like to have my movies, TV shows. Let's see here. We'll go down, further down. Put that last. I like to move. Well, no. It just according to however you like your preference. We're gonna move this up here. Live, even though live TV kind of, that's a whole nother topic. Get rid of that music. I want to put the music further down. Cartoons, maybe documentaries. Put them up there. Okay, power, program settings, power. And then from here, this is where we're going to go ahead and set up the backgrounds. And this is very important. And this is one of the issues I was talking about. Everyone tells you, type in special in the settings, colon, // home, and it'll populate, and then you're good. I mean, it did work in the past. I'm not sure why, if there's something recent that it has not been working well, but this is what I came across, and this is a foolproof method of actually going ahead and securing and make sure that no matter where you install it, it is going to work. So you're going to go to settings, and you're going to go to your, where is it here? Or actually, I'm sorry, you're going to go to File Manager, you're going to go to Add Source, and then you're going to kind of browse for that user folder. So again, we're on a Mac, it'll be in your users, your home folder. I believe it's actually, let's go down. I think it's home folder, library, application support. This is on a Mac. On Windows, I think it's the app data, roaming, and then it'll be in there. Oh, let's take a look here. Just going through all my stuff in Kodi and user data. You're going to click OK. So if you notice on the bottom, it has my whole path to my local computer. And when people do forget that when they do save it, even though if you change that code in the back end, for some reason, a lot of these other skins do not work that well. And if you have multiple stuff in the background, you set custom paths, and then it just does not work. So you click OK, and what we're going to do here is change it. Well, you want to change it to, in order for it to work on any device, period, you have to do this. You type in special, excuse me, home / and then you just hit done. So what that does, it tells the system, any Android, Windows, Mac, etc., that it'll look for the home folder and then finally locates the user data, and then whatever else you have it set to. In my case, I have it set to the backgrounds. So now that that's implemented there, you're going to go to settings. You're going to go to your skin settings, customize your home menu again, and you're going to do your select backgrounds. I like multi-image backgrounds. Now see how that appeared. Otherwise, if you set them all up, then it's going to have the local path, and then, like I said, it'll break when you do your installs on any device. So this way, it's a foolproof method. You go there, it takes you to my backgrounds, and then we are doing the movies. Click on movies, and notice the path on the bottom: special : // home / user data, and to that path. So now when I do install this from my wizard, and by the way, we'll show you the wizard and setup and all that. It's a little bit Not too complex, not too bad, but it's easy to do. You click, you'll click OK. So now when I clear this out, back this all up, and then save it, and then when someone installs my wizard, they click on the build, it'll just all populate in the skin shortcuts. So we'll do TV shows. We're going to do the same thing and just go right through all these. We're going to do TV shows. There's TV. Click on that one. Live TV. I just think I set it to multi. User data. Same thing. They're all in the backgrounds. I created a backgrounds folder in the user data. And then we're going to do sports. Just kind of going through this really quick since it's all the same location. You click sports, music, same deal. Like I said, it's best to put them in the user data folder. That way it's all in that location. It doesn't get all funky and you misplace a path, and it's strictly in there, and that way it populates correctly. So we're going to go to, I think it's the kid section. You click OK. Like I said, every time I set this up, just notice the paths on the bottom. So you go user data, and notice when I click backgrounds, it all populates. And oh god, I forgot what I'm doing. Documentaries. Okay, sorry, just got sidetracked as far as what section here. And then you go programs, select background, multi-image, user data, backgrounds, and I had it set for programs. That's all whatever you want to name it. I think for the programs I had it under add-on, settings, user data, backgrounds. I have this system. You don't have to name them the same way. Like I said, it's just what I had them for another build, but I like using some of the similar pictures. And that is all of them for now. You go ahead and back out to your home page, and you notice that they all load up. So at this point, you know, like I said, everything, the backgrounds are functional. We do have the video add-ons installed from TV add-ons, and now the next thing you do is just set your you're gonna set your sections however you want. So what I like to do is go skin settings, customize my home menu, and then for the movies, go to your sub menu, and we're gonna go ahead and change this. I like to add, we'll do 1, 2, 3 movies for now. And you set them individually however you want, and you can go back to my sub menu, choose an item for this, you know, video add-ons, video add-on. Since that one is not in here and it's a good add-on, I'm actually going to show you how to set that up. We're going to minimize this. We're going to go to the Chrome browser, and I think it's Mucky Ducks. Mucky's Repo 2016. By the way, it's a good website here for information. Mac OSX, he's always on top of it too. Shout out to him. And you want to copy the repository link. Bring that back in Kodi. Let's make sure it's full screen. Mucky's like one of the best developers on here. Personally, I think a lot of cool add-ons all the time. Support him. And we're going to go to sub menu. Once that is copied from here, or actually, I'm sorry, we're going to set this up first. You're going to install his repo. So add source, you click on there, install the Mucky's repo, and then just name it .muckies. Back out. You go to settings, add-ons, Install from zip, Muckies. Bear with me here. Not sure why it's down at the moment, I guess. We can check it. If Repo does not populate, there's one way to check. You can go in your browser and see here I am. I'm giving you the full rundown of the common things, issues you might come across. I'm not going to half-ass this and then be like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, well. So like I said, I'd like to help everyone. And the repo, so you're going to just save as. On the Mac, you got to make sure you do save link as, otherwise it'll unzip. You're going to save it. You're going to go back to Kodi, and then we're going to go ahead and do settings, add-ons, install from zip. That's on my desktop, and here it is, the repository. Okay, that's enabled. You're going to go install from repo. You're going to go to Mucky Ducks repo, video add-ons. I like 1, 2, 3 movies. These are just some of my personal favorites that work, and then we do include in the builds. Dizzybox. Purest streams, I'm kind of iffy. I think he's going to redo it. Lucky TV is a new one. There's a video on that one also that I've created, an overview. More Power, a lot of old stuff, pretty cool. Movie Flicks is another good one. Like I said, he has a lot of different ones. Pub Film's been off and on, but I'll just go ahead and include it and we can check that out later. And well, let's take a look at Pub Film right now. Just kind of test them, see what you think when you download an add-on. Excuse me, kind of just allergies are a little bad right now. So, like I said, it's a little bit process. It's not easy just to make a build. It's time-consuming. You want to make sure things work. You know, you want to just pretty much test a lot of the different things. So, it kind of is lagging a little bit. So let's try this one here. I think it's just because it's new and it's trying to populate. Well, it should take a while, but well, so we'll test them out later. Well, I'm just not sure why they are. I don't know if it's a server issue. There it goes, latest updates. So yeah, it's good. It's just pulling up different ones. So, by the way, it's a good add-on, TV add-on to have. Standard definition, but it works. Let's get back to this. So because I went through all those steps because I wanted to add those add-ons. So you're gonna go to settings again. You're gonna go to skin settings. You don't have to do this for the Muckies. It's totally up to you. But like I said, it's just my preference. Sub menu for the movies. 1, 2, 3 movies. I'm gonna go ahead and choose an item for it. And what that does, you have to choose a location, video add-ons, 1, 2, 3 movies, and you can just. I would just do all these categories. You do that, now that's set, and we're gonna do the same thing. Choose item, you go to add-ons, and you go video add-ons, and I like one channel. Create a menu for movies, and for the one channel, we'll do the same thing. They can have all the categories. I like to set it up this way, that way people know. So they're just saying, why am I clicking on all these movie links and so on? So at least give people an idea of what they are browsing or clicking on. And then we'll do one more just for the sake of time here. You know, click on it, video add-on, and then just kind of go through them. Exodus, of course, and we're doing movies, and I'll do the same thing here. Set the label, Exodus. There's a lot of more customization that we're going to do. So, sports, where is my movie section? Thing is, you have to enable the category somehow. So, for them to pop up on the menu. So for that, the custom, when you're on movies, you want to give it a custom item or an action. That way it populates correctly. So go to video add-on, and then we'll click on this again. It doesn't matter, but we'll just name this movies because this is the main category, or the header, I should say. We'll just name it movies. And then as you see in the submenus, what your subcategories are. But you do this so that way it populates in the menu. Otherwise, see, now it populated, and when you go on there, you'll have those categories, and they can click on this and they can start. You can change the views. You push left or whatever. You can arrange them how you want. For this, I like this kind of a view. But say you do want to add one of those custom widgets, and I like to do that. So for Exodus, or for the movies, I'll do Exodus in theaters. You hit left, you're going to go to the bottom, set as custom widget, and we'll do custom widget 1. So now what you do is you go into your settings, skin settings. You're going to go to custom menu, and since that was a movie widget, we're going to go ahead and select the movie section, and we are going to go select the widget. And it'll say all these different ones you can set, but I like to do personally set up my own preference. And scroll to the bottom, and that was custom widget 1. And so now when you back out, it's going to load the shortcuts, and it'll load it on top. And you can just go here, or actually let me just redo this because it's doing the whole category. You're going to go kind of did it a different way. So all right, add-ons, go back to Exodus. Let's see here. Again, like I said, this is all real time. That way you can see the process of what you go through, and it's pretty time consuming. But once you get it down, it's not bad at all. Go movies. I'm gonna go in theaters, and then now you hit left, set custom with widget path, widget 1. So now when we go to here, it'll pop up, and then you'll see that box. You hit up, you hit left, right or left, it'll take you to all the different ones. And again, this is from Exodus. You can set any one you want. Say you want this one, for example, so all you do is click on the box. And I like to do that for the movies, like the latest movies, new movies, just have them as a custom widget. That way it gives people the option to just click on there and not search the whole, add-on category, etc. So it's going to load. And again, the colors, you can change all these colors and how you like them. And the time lapse, normally like to change it to 13, 15 seconds. That way you have, some options. And you click here. We'll try this. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just so you know how, kind of see how it all works. It's going to open the stream. By the way, this is an HD stream. I know a lot of people lately, they've been saying, oh, only in a Real to Grid is something else. It works good to download stuff. It works good to encode, and this is one of the reasons too. OpenLoad, those sources are another story, but just to show you that works, how this populates, and it's cool to see all the fan art for all the different ones. So that's how you set stuff in here in Kodi. Like I said, this is gonna be part 1, maybe of 3 or 4, and how to get your own build started. Like I said, what I showed you how to install the custom build, not a custom build, a custom skin, using the TV add-ons as a starting point. Your sections, how to set them up, how to go through here, how to set up your your widgets. Again, like I said, customize your sub menus for quicker access. That way you don't have to go through all of them and just search and search and search. And like I said, I have this set to multiple backgrounds. So if you notice when I click here, that's one. On movies, go back, it kind of rotates. So I like having different backgrounds. Not too many, that way is overkill. And then sometimes like whatever. BoJack Horseman, good cartoon, must watch if you haven't yet. And like I said, I still have some more work to do, but I want to just give you the basics of it all. That way you can kind of see what it is you need to do if you want to make your own skin. And this is pretty much the skin building process, or the customization. I don't like to call them, I mean, people call them builds. I just like to call them mods because personally, as a developer, designer, unless you do something from scratch, it's like your own. Which far as this, we're just kind of like tweaking it, so it's a mod, in my opinion. But again, there's tons of stuff you can do in here. You can set widgets, you can set them on top, you can do a lot, and that's why I like the Arctic Zephyr from Ashes. But the goal is to go ahead and make this a light build, make it small where it's useful, just so we want to use. That way it runs great on everything. And since we are on appearance, let's go to the skin settings again. If you do want to change your color, or if you want to have like a video running in the background, we'll do the colors first. Where's the highlight color? You just got to pay attention to all these here, see what they are. And I think for the orange, see how the orange is our highlight color. You can just say if you want to change something, the main highlight color, which is the orange. You can click on there, and kind of like that blue. We'll save it, and then that goes and changes that. So just change it to how you want. If you want like a new skin, you can do I think skin settings. You can do the extras. They have startup videos where you click on it, you set your video an MP4 file, and then if you want like your fancy intro, you can do that. What else we have here? I think show clock, show header, weather with clock. You can. Motion picture, we're in the US, so we'll do that. Show logo. Which I think is you can set your own logo on the top left like we did on the other one, but hub items, opacity, animate the fan art, set, there's just tons. This is where you have all your widgets. You can, tons of different things you can do. But again, like I said, take a look at it, see what you want to do, customize it however you want to customize it, and then just something to play around with, get creative. I like to tell people, take a crack at it instead of complaining, oh, this build sucks, or this is this and that. Let's see what you guys can do. We'll give you the tools pretty much as far as the instructions. We did the hard work. We provide all the information. So this is part one. Like I said, of 3 or 4, not sure yet, depending on how many videos I got to break down, because this is a setup, and then we have to once you set the path or the customization, then you're gonna have to do, well, the way we did it, honestly, I don't think you have to set up the code. Only you have to change a few things in the code, and then we'll show you on the next one also how to set this up to have your build automatically clean the cache, purge packages, delete the thumbnails, etc. And that way, you never have that issue like, oh, especially on a Fire Stick, it's giving me this error message, and that way it'll pretty much do it itself. And then live TV integration, there are different ones, and of course we provide a live TV option now, Kodi Fire IPTV, which we're going to pretty much do more of pretty soon and promote that a little bit more. We're just waiting for certain things. Of course, football season's coming up. We're going to see what happens with the football. axis on there and so on, and then we'll do more on that. But for now, that's how you set this up. And like I said, when you go to here, it'll say please wait, and then that is just the widgets, and you can actually, I think, bypass, instead of if it's showing the fan art all the time. Oh, I can't remember here. Let's see, background, show extra fan art, I believe. Skin settings. So it just, like I said, just go through here and just see how this all works. Because that was the background that was selected. Showcases. Replace widget with global fan art. I think that's the one. Yeah, there you have it. So it'll have your normal background, and then when you push up and you kind of search, it'll have that kind of a background. So you can also change the widget, how the style of it. I like this style, has a little bit of information, and it kind of goes from there. But again, there you have it. Part 1 of how to create your own Kodi build, and with a foolproof method, not do this on the back end and that'll work. No, the skins are all different now, the coding is different, and this will help you set things up a certain way, which is to install on every device. Like I said, it took me a while. I wish other people could be helpful in the community, but unfortunately they're not. And I mean, it's good to learn hands-on anyways. So if you have any questions, comments down below. Be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel. We'll keep bringing you more great content, more helpful content. Like I said, the goal is to now, pretty common goal is to, all of us are in it for Kodi, not for other reasons, with all this stuff going on. And you just want to help people that want to find a solution to cut the cord and eliminate those large bills. And this is one of the ways you can. Of course, other methods, but Kodi it is what it is at the moment, and we want to see everyone be able to enjoy Kodi and have their own setup, not just rely on some people. Because personally, also, we all have a lot of things going on in our lives. We're busy all the time. This is not our jobs. Some people might be, but the developers do what they do, and us YouTubers and people involved in the Kodi community, we do what we do as far as, we try to help as much as we can, and that's pretty much it. Just want to help you guys, show me what you guys can do with this and information, and just kind of get tired of people getting burned, I guess. A lot of the box sellers just throw a bunch of crappy builds, or the standard ones they never updated. At least that way you know how to do this, make changes if you are a box seller, or if you just want to make changes for yourself, your family, friends. Hey, I have this build, I want you guys to try it. You load it. That way you know how to make the changes, save it, and so forth. And then everybody has the same thing unbroken. Anyways, be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, comment down below, share it also. This is part 1. See you in the next one.